After Spider-Man No Way Home, assuming that Tom Holland gets another trilogy inside of the MCU, will they start exploring the MCU's version of Norman Osborn after Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin shows up in No Way Home? Let's talk about it. After the past year, with all leaks and rumours and speculation surrounding a new trilogy for Tom Holland in the MCU, there has been multiple different people stating that a MCU version of Norman Osborn will be in the Marvel Cinematic Universe for the next trilogy of Spider-Man. Obviously, we know Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin will be showing up in Spider-Man No Way Home, but that won't be the MCU version of Norman Osborn, that will be the Sam Raimi version of Norman Osborn, crossing across the multiverse to come and join the Sinister Six in Spider-Man No Way Home. However, recently a leaker on Twitter that goes by the name of Nick Santos, also known as Professor Hulk as he likes to be called, has also mentioned this Norman Osborn rumour for Spider-Man 4. He posted a tweet 2 hours ago of recording this video stating, "The info I have on the fourth Holland Spider-Man film is that he'll be in college and that No Way Home will motivate him to start looking into his universe's version of villains he fought in No Way Home." Already reported on this a while ago, but hey, worth resharing again. So obviously, like I did say, this rumor has been circulating and has been got a lot of people speculating over the last year or so, and a lot of people saying that, you know, Norman Osborn would be eventually introduced into the MCU. However, Nick Santos is actually claiming that Norman Osborn will be in the next film. However, he'll be one of the villains that Peter looks into after meeting Willem Dafoe's version in No Way Home. And might I just add that Nick Santos is actually one of the leakers on Twitter that is quite reliable for this sort of thing. So if you are wondering if this does hold any leverage or hold any validity, this guy does, because this guy has got multiple things right in the past. He knows stuff about Eternals as well that has turned out to be true. So there are multiple different things that this guy gets right. So I think he's a pretty reliable source. But as I do say every single time, take this with a grain of salt, because obviously things ebb and flow in the movie industry, and these could just be concepts or ideas that have been leaked onto him, so he could be right. However, this might not be the final product. So just let's take a back seat, let's think about this, let's think about how logical this can be, and I'll tell you my thoughts and opinions on it. But he also did follow up with another tweet when someone asked him the question, so that's why he's going to start looking into Norman. And he replied with, "I think so. The drama will come from the fact that Peter knows/thinks he becomes a villain, but he's seemingly a nice guy." So basically what the idea of the next Spider-Man trilogy will be is that Peter goes to college, which is obviously the inevitable next step in his Spider-Man career and Spider-Man story. And then the new overarching villain for this trilogy will in fact be Norman Osborn, but it'll be the MCU's version of Norman Osborn. And I think the way that they're going to introduce him is either through something to do with Peter's college, or, just as the tweet states, Peter is going to look into villains from his universe that came from the Sam Raimi and the Mark Webb TASM universes, so he can keep an eye on if they become villains. And one of those people will in fact be Norman Osborn. However, this version of Norman Osborn in the MCU will be a seemingly nice guy, as the tweet states. However, it's very likely that over the course of the 3 movies / the trilogy, his character will decay and he'll eventually become the Green Goblin, but he will become the MCU's version of the Green Goblin. Now, whether that will be a Green Goblin just like the comic books, or whether that will be Ultimate Green Goblin, we will have to see, because as we know, we are already seeing the Green Goblin in Spider-Man No Way Home. So to have 2 Green Goblins that look relatively similar will probably be unlikely to happen. So what I reckon is going to happen is one of them is going to be obviously Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin, which will be the one from Spider-Man 1, and then most likely we are going to get probably an Ultimate Goblin or some very, very different variation of Norman, just so they don't repeat the same version of the same character. But I do think this is an interesting concept. It makes Peter more of an active character, a more active protagonist, and in the last movie, Spider-Man Far From Home, Peter was a very passive character in that movie, and that's something that I didn't like. However, in Homecoming, Peter was a very active character, and that's why I like Homecoming over Far From Home. I think it makes Peter Parker a more interesting character, and obviously if he's going to track down villains that appeared in No Way Home, I do think that will make for a very interesting movie and a very interesting storyline with Norman Osborn. Not to mention, this could also be applied to other villains such as Doc Ock, probably maybe even Lizard, maybe Sandman, we just don't know, maybe even Electro. We might see all these different versions of these characters in the MCU and their MCU variations. We'll just have to see though. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching this video. If you did enjoy, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to tell me in the comments below what you thought about this news. What are your opinions on this leak? Do you think like I think? Do you think that it could possibly be true because of how good that idea sounds? Do you think that this is fake? Do you just think this is just another rumor? Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you do enjoy these type of videos, make sure to hit that subscribe button and make sure to hit the notification bell next to the subscribe button so you don't miss any more videos as soon as they come out on the channel. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care and peace.